Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another edition of the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. Brooks Hill tonight, joined by head coach Brant Sherwood on my right, your left, here inside Tully's Good Times at the Vestal Parkway, and listening live on the Black Bears YouTube channel. Right off the bat, Coach, it's been 2 weeks since we were last here out at Tully's. Bobby did a great job filling in, but nice to have EJ back on the ones and twos with us here tonight, and Cole Parenti helping us out again once again as well. Black Bears went down south for the only time this season, and instead of going away and hibernating for a couple of days, Black Bears come back with 6 points down in Twin City against the Thunderbirds. 2 games down in North Carolina, and both very tight checking games that really didn't get decided until the third period.
Yeah, the Black Bears had great third periods down south. It was awesome, to get out of the cold weather for a little bit, but always fun being back home. But, yeah, super proud of how the guys performed down there. It's always tough getting a win on the first night and then following it up the second night, but we've seemed to have their number for quite some time now. Yeah,
it's been quite a while since the Thunderbirds have been able to beat the Black Bears, not only in their own building, but also overall. Thunderbirds, of course, being the team that the Black Bears have defeated the last 2 years in the Commissioner Cup Finals. Fun travel on the way back. A lot of the guys on the team got to experience this phenomenon known as Buc-ee's for the first time ever. It's really big down south. I've been there a few times in different locations. I know your travel story had a couple of hiccups on the way, but you were able to go back to see the wife back in Philadelphia as well. But everything good back in Philly?
Everything's great back in Philly. It was good to watch some playoff football and, cuddle up with the family and stay warm. But, yeah, Buc-ee's, great little spot. We had one in Columbus, Georgia that, gets late night. You go grab a quick bite or grab a snack or whatever. So happy to see the boys had a good time at Buc-ee's.
I don't think our bus driver, Draw, could fathom the fact that we were getting barbecue and fried chicken from a gas station. And I think he was kind of blown away by that. It was really neat to see everybody take that in as well. And, they did all their chants and everything like that when they were bringing the food out. So
it's truly a one-stop shop.
It is. And it's open 24 hours as well. So that is pretty cool.
Still no Wawa, though. I don't think so.
Really?
Wawa's the best, man.
Okay. We're getting a Wawa in North Carolina pretty soon. My parents are pretty excited about it. They asked, what's the big deal? And I said, it's like Buc-ee's, but like subs. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So that is pretty neat. Well, in case you were wondering why I'm wearing this white jersey, we are having Inverse Night on Friday night at the arena, inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Kind of think of it as a what if the Black Bears maybe not necessarily were the Black Bears and they had a different team name and a different color scheme. I will say EJ's had this color scheme design in the vault for 3 years, and we're finally able to break it out here this weekend against the PD Ice Cats. Now, PD comes from the Continental Division. They're based out of Florence, South Carolina, and they'll be playing their first ever game against the Black Bears in both franchises' histories this upcoming Friday and Saturday night. Black Bears will be wearing jerseys just like the ones I'm wearing right now during the game Friday, and they'll be auctioned off live after the game in Section 1. We're going to have a live jersey post-game auction, and then Saturday night, we're going to have Mascot Mania. So we're going to have all of our favorite mascots from around town coming to the game on Saturday, and also, and everyone's really excited about this, especially my good friend Austin Durazio, who spent some time up in the office today. We actually talked to him about it. Post-game skate with the players this Saturday. So you can get your picture with D-Raz and some of the other guys on the team while they're out there in their uniform on Saturday night as well. That's after the Saturday game against PD as well. So 2 great games, 2 great promotions coming up as well Friday and Saturday. Coach, I know the pre-scout for this week has now started, and taking on a brand new team in their first year, and they're right on the cusp of a playoff spot in the Southern Division. What's standing out to you about the Ice Cats?
Well, first of all, you speaking of mascots, I got to mention my boy Austin, all right? He wears the polar bear.
Arctic bear.
Arctic bear. And sometimes bingo. I've been waiting to mention him on the coach's show, and Austin, this one's for you. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Absolutely, does a great job, and I don't think I drink a lot of Pepsi a day. I don't think I've ever seen somebody drink more Mountain Dew in a day than Austin.
Yeah, when he gets 3, it gets a little wild, but that's okay. We love Austin.
So speaking of PD, what do you notice so far about them in their first year as a team?
They're fast transition offense, so they score a lot of goals off the rush. They like to cut to the middle. Our D are going to need close gaps, and we're going to have to reload very well and make sure we're back tracking the right way. So they do that very well. They're also undisciplined, so we can take advantage of that, hopefully get them a little heated and off their game. And then their shorthanded is pretty stellar. I believe they have like 13 shorthanded goals.
They do. They lead the league in shorthanded goals.
So every time they get even, maybe 50% possession, they're flying the zone and they're thinking offense. So it's something our QB and flanks need to be aware of when they're on the power play.
Oh, it's a good thing you guys are already paying attention to it. As Coach Sherwood did say, Ice Cats do tend to take a lot of penalties, but the Black Bears 28% on the power play this year, and that is the top of the FPHL. So look to see if special teams plays a big factor on either side of the ice this week, as Binghamton will host the Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. Going back to last week, it was a home-and-home series against the Watertown Wolves, and I was talking with Eli, who filled in for Cole last week, and really tale of 2 games for the Black Bears, at least. Outscored the opposition 10-1 on the weekend. Scored 8 goals Friday night at home. Dominic Tomei's first ever shutout as a professional. So congrats to Dom on that. Snaps all around. And then Saturday night goes back in between the pipes, and it's a 2-1 game. Not as much offense, but again, played a man down on Saturday. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but proud of the way the guys were able to finish the weekend off. And as you like to say, pros know how to win on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's, earns them the beers on the bus ride back. So, yeah, good teams win on Saturdays. But, no, happy with both games overall. Obviously, shellacking on Friday, and then Saturday 2-1, just being able to shut them down and close the door. So it's kudos to Dom's goaltending abilities and the guys he has in front of him. I thought Dan Stone had an amazing game, and it's not just the goal, but keeping the game in front of them, shutting guys down, breaking up plays, and giving the pucks our forwards. So overall, solid effort, and you got to win. You got to win in different ways sometimes.
Well, we're going to hear from one of the veteran forwards here coming up in just a little bit. We have Garrett Saris making his Tully's debut a little bit later on tonight. One of the veteran guys, also played with Coach Sherwood back in the day, so I'm sure we're going to get some good Coach Sherwood stories from his playing days as well. We always like to pry those out of some of the former teammates of Jersey here. But without Gavin Yates and Mac Jansen on Saturday night, you had the opportunity to get some elevated minutes for some of the younger guys with the Black Bears. Now we're over the halfway point of the season, and Jacob Shanker, even though he wasn't back in the lineup yet, started practicing with the team last week. But what does it mean right now for the young guys to getting some elevated minutes and getting back into the swing of things as we gear up for the push for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's just having a culture based on next guy up mentality. I know Austin Durazio logs a lot of minutes, so I don't think his minutes got elevated. But definitely Emerson Emery, he got a whole lot more minutes, and deservingly so, and he did a great job on the forecheck and fit in with his line mates very well. But it'll be awesome to have Shanks back this upcoming weekend. He's been putting in a lot of work on and off the ice, so excited for him to be, a great F1 meat missile for us coming up this weekend. He's really good at breaking up plays and creating space for his line mates, so we're excited to just have him back.
Well, I probably did not do a great job right there of hiding my poker face when you said meat missile, talking about Shankers. So won't be going to the card table anytime soon. I got to work on that a little bit. But that's a unique term, and I think for now we're going to probably save that one here for Tully's. That might not make it on air for the broadcast come Friday night. Maybe we'll let Cole say it.
I think you should use it. Yeah, maybe Cole should use it.
Yeah, I'll give it to Cole. Why not? So with it being over halfway here, obviously 5 games now in a row for the Black Bears, and we talk about it every time, so I don't want to give the boring hockey answer to you of, oh, we're working on the little things each and every day, and, you know, we're worried about us, things like that. People are starting to talk about, you know, magic numbers and, you know, playoffs and then division and then #1 overall seed. Have you guys taken any time to look ahead and see big picture stuff?
No, we haven't. I think we just take it day by day, and this time of year, you got to know when to push and when to pull back on these guys. It's kind of the dog days of the season, so we switched things up today for Tuesday practice. Usually it's, you know, lunch pail day, bring your boots and come to work, but I think it was very much so for the goalies. They took a lot of shots, but for the forwards and D, it was, you know, just kind of a skills day. It's what I would picture in the MLB. It's just kind of working on your craft, tuning up the skills, but not a typical high-paced practice that we normally have. But as far as like looking ahead, yeah, you always want that home ice advantage, especially with our fans in our building. But we just try to stay present and focus on each day at a time. Even when we're talking about Carolina a little bit ago, I'm like, I kind of forgot about that weekend already, and we're focused on PD. So
that's good.
I think just moving forward is a big piece of what we do here in Binghamton.
Oh, that's awesome. You always going to be looking through the windshield, not the rear view.
Exactly.
See what's coming in front of you. It's funny that you say that, because we were talking about it in the office, and you know, we have things to worry about, potential playoff tickets and things like that. You know, we're going to just do that real quick for anybody who believes in superstitions. Yep, thank you. All right, yeah, all right. Appreciate that one. What do you think the amount of like rest and recovery you guys are doing right now in the second half of the season? Like, for example, I know today you guys did team Pilates, so that's obviously a lot to do with recovery, flexibility, things like that, making sure the lactic acid doesn't build up. Is that almost more important than being out on the ice for an hour and a half, or, you know, having a lunch pail day of practice?
Yeah, I think so. I think just switching things up and, you know, maybe a little bit more focus on body maintenance is that what you need to address at this time of the year. It kind of all depends. We got some guys banged up as well, so that plays a factor. But maybe if everyone was healthy and feeling you know, not so cold walking into the rink at like 10 degrees. I think we maybe would have had a harder practice, but we just felt that was right for our group at the moment. And, you know, we'll give them a little push when needed, but I think right now and next week we kind of have to pull back a little bit and have a little bit more consideration for those Tuesday practices.
Oh, it's funny that you mentioned how cold it was today. I felt, I felt how cold it was walking just to the office. You know, you talked about making it an easy day for the guys like on the ice. So I didn't have enough coats on today, so I definitely took it easy on like the email side and the answering the phone kind of thing. So I can definitely relate to them in that kind of situation. I feel like it's about even.
Double jacket today. It was that cold. So yeah, times are tough and the dog days of winter, but we love being on that ice, and that's kind of our sanctuary.
Oh, that's good. Speaking of dog days, Tucker okay in this weather with his short hair?
he struggles a little bit. I got a little fur jacket that I don't really show the guys so I don't get ripped on too much, or Tucker. But no, he's got to wear his boots out there. We got to keep his paws safe. And he likes the snow, but he likes it when it's fluffy, not frozen over.
Yeah, you know, same here. Definitely when it's icy, like it was this morning, that was not fun. Not fun at all. One thing that has changed, and not Black Bears related, but it is hockey related. One thing that's changed since the last time we were here at Tully's is the Olympic rosters got announced. What do you think about Team USA? I'll ask you your thoughts on them first. I already heard it from Coach Quinville, his thoughts on Canada. So why don't you give me your Team USA thoughts?
I think we have the best defensive core out of all the Olympic rosters and the best goaltending as well. But obviously you look up front and you see all the dynamic players and superstars that you got a ton of talent up front as well. Canada might have the edge with forwards, but I think on the back end, the Americans have the edge. I wish the Russians were in the tournament as well, but you got to look out for Czech, Sweden, Finland. There's so many good players around the world that it's going to be awesome to see Olympic hockey back in a couple weeks.
Now, I'm going to tie this back in to Binghamton. A big storyline for the Olympics has been the playing surface in the Milano Arena, that it's not typical international hockey rink, which is bigger than an NHL size rink. It's actually going to be shorter. The Black Bears deal with this on a big basis, with all of the rinks not being exactly the same size. So what actually happens to a team's game when a rink is shorter, like let's say like in the neutral zone or end zone, versus Olympic style where there's obviously more space like on the sides?
I would say physicality gets ramped up. You just you're kind of closer to one another, and you might get a little bit more annoyed. So I think just having a heavier presence and, being able to plant yourself in that front, being able to not get beat out of the corners, and being a little violent down low below the hash marks are keys to playing in smaller rinks. But when it's all said and done, it's two teams playing on the same ice surface. It really shouldn't matter at all. I don't think the players think too much about it. I think our guys think a little bit more about it when they go up to Watertown, because there is a big difference. I don't know the dimensions or whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and win a hockey game on the same ice that the other team's playing on.
Absolutely, and that does what it comes down to, is who wants it more when they're there overseas. Obviously, I think players are going to take a lot of pride, obviously, in playing for their country, just like we saw last year in the Four Nations. NHL hasn't been in the Olympics in quite a while now, so some of those guys, this is going to be their only chance to play for an Olympic medal. So very excited to watch, and I think the time change to watch the games live isn't going to be too bad for the Black Bears. Unfortunately, we're going to be up in Port Huron when the preliminary games are going on, but we'll be back at home for hopefully what is a very exciting gold medal game. For everybody who wants to know, it is suspected that the ice is about 2 feet shorter on each side in the neutral zone. So they cut down the distance in the neutral zone. So like Coach Sherwood said, you might pick your head up and there's already a player there in your space as you try to come into the zone across the blue line. So neat little international hockey tidbit. When you were playing, what was it like for you when you had smaller surface? Was it as more like on a regular basis that we see now with the Black Bears? No, I'm talking like youth days, because obviously like youth rinks will vary 1 to 1.
I was actually thinking pro, and there's a rink in the SPHL. It's Knoxville. It's where Garrett Saris played a lot of his hockey.
Okay, that's fine.
And you know what? I really hated it. I like the space, and you just get cross-checked a whole lot more. You take a little bit more abuse in front of the net and in those grimy areas. So I'm particularly not too much of a fan of it. I was kind of a puck transporter, a really good skater. I liked my space. I'll just leave it at that. When I got a little too close to someone, I got pretty grumpy.
Okay, puck transporter is a good one. We can work that one into the broadcast this weekend. I think that one's a little bit more family friendly. All right, well, Coach, anything else that you wanted to add before we let you go and we bring Garrett on the show tonight? I know a couple of big games this weekend coming up, and I know that you and Coach Quinville are, working away at the film, getting the pre-scout ready and all that jazz.
I really love these inverse jerseys. It reminds me of the Rochester Nighthawks lacrosse team.
Ooh.
They typically go black at home, but I love seeing it. It's great job what you did with these, EJ. And then for Garrett Saris, man, what a lucky guy to have in our room. Great leader, total soldier, and absolute beast on the ice. So I'm excited to hear his interview with you.
Me too. I was told he might be interviewing me from a couple of people today.
Little reverse roles, inverse, Friday, maybe. A little bit of everything.
Maybe. All right. So that is the voice of Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood. We're going to take a quick timeout. Then we're going to hear from veteran forward Garrett Saris coming up right after this.
Join us this Friday and Saturday night as the Black Bears host the PD Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. Binghamton will be wearing specialty jerseys on Friday night, and then on Saturday it's a post-game skate with the players. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. The Black Bears are headed back to Tully's on Tuesday, February 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, along with head coach Brant Sherwood and some of the Black Bears players as we break down the latest homestand for Binghamton. Come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time with us. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Join us this Friday and Saturday night as the Black Bears host the PD Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. Binghamton will be wearing specialty jerseys on Friday night, and then on Saturday it's a post-game skate with the players. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. The Black Bears are headed back to Tully's on Tuesday, February 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, along with head coach Brant Sherwood and some of the Black Bears players as we break down the latest homestand for Binghamton. Come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time with us. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Join us this Friday and Saturday night as the Black Bears host the PD Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. Binghamton will be wearing specialty jerseys on Friday night, and then on Saturday it's a post-game skate with the players. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. The Black Bears are headed back to Tully's on Tuesday, February 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, along with head coach Brant Sherwood and some of the Black Bears players as we break down the latest homestand for Binghamton. Come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time with us. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Welcome back in, everybody. Brooks Hill now joined by Black Bears forward, wears the number 19 jersey. Garrett Saris making his Tully's debut. Thank you, Garrett, for joining us here on a Tuesday night. Glad to have you on the show.
I appreciate it, Brooks. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. Nice to have one of the older guys show some face here with us on the show, all the way from Midlothian, Illinois. Where in relation to Chicago is Midlothian for all the people back at home?
It's the south suburbs. Probably it's like, depending on traffic, could be 35 minutes south of the city.
Okay, and then probably depending on traffic also could probably be like an hour and a half, right?
It's insane, yeah. It's it could. There's a lot of traffic for sure, depending on rush hour.
One of my top 5 things about Binghamton that I love is not a lot of traffic. And, it's a pretty good day when I have to only worry about are the students in school on the Vestal Parkway, and that's going to slow me down because it's not like living back at home or, in your case, living back near Chicago where, some days you're just stuck in your car for the same amount of time that you're actually at work. Tell me a little bit about growing up outside of Chicago with the youth hockey scene. I know it's been a while as the eldersmen of the Black Bears skaters since you were in the youth hockey days, but what was like the hockey scene like growing up? Obviously the Blackhawks, one of the original 6 NHL teams, they have a pretty big influence around the entire state, I'm sure, but what was that like for you?
It was good. Well, so I grew up in Florida till I was like 5, moved back to Chicago, got a big family, and so, yeah, when we moved back, I skated a little bit in Florida and then just wanted to continue, and so there was a program called St. Jude that's not too far from me, and my mom got me hooked up in some skates and equipment and played AA hockey, and then but yeah, it was great.
What age did you start skating at?
Probably I would say around consistently probably 5, 6.
Okay. All right, because I know some of the guys is like, oh yeah, like I was out there on the ice at 2.
As the Canadians.
I don't understand how they remember that.
Yeah.
Because like, how do you know if you were on the ice at 2? Your parents could have just told you that. Because I didn't start trying to skate until like 5th grade, and then I failed ice skating. So that's why I, never really did the hockey route. I was more the lacrosse guy. But funny enough that we kind of hinted about it while we were talking to Coach Sherwood. I would say it's a rare situation, but the way that Brant has brought in guys that he spent playing days with has kind of become almost the norm with the organization. When did you play with Coach Sherwood?
I played, I'm trying to think, maybe it was 2020, I think it was 3 with Roanoke. I played against him a couple times, and yeah, he's not great to play against.
Okay, yeah. I was getting there. Do you like playing with him better or playing against him?
Definitely with him.
Okay.
He's a fiery spark out there.
So I've heard. That's pretty unique, and obviously you spent some time in Roanoke with our friends C.J. Stubbs, Mac Jansen, Jesse Anderson. Tyson spent some time in Roanoke. I'm running out of names of people who have actually, gone to Roanoke. What was it like playing with Mac and CJ in Roanoke?
Great. I mean, it's the same people, there as here. They're incredible, and they've been there for a while, so coming in was pretty seamlessly. We played together going back in Columbus, so that's where, and actually Janny, his first year professional, he played in Knoxville, and so he was actually my roommate, so we've got like a pretty long kind of history, but they're incredible, very professional, incredible players as well as guys, so it was a blast to be able to, go to Roanoke, previously knowing them, and coming here is, is a no-brainer.
Was CJ just as quiet as he is now, as he was in Roanoke?
Yeah, he is. He's one of those cool cats, like super, calm, cool, collective. And then he has his moments. He's super funny. So once you get to crack him a little bit, yeah, he's a fun kid. He's a cool kid.
That's awesome. CJ Stubbs, in case anybody didn't know here at the restaurant, man of few words, but as Garrett told us, once you crack that shell, he's got a wonderful personality, and he's got a great smile as well. And that smile was repaired last year after we went down to Mississippi. So luckily, everything's working out for CJ, thanks to our friends at Triple Cities Family Dental for that. Spent some time in the last couple of seasons with the Norfolk Admirals in the ECHL. Now, you were about a half-game signee for each of those seasons. What was it like those last 2 years playing before you came here to Binghamton?
It was good. It was a great opportunity to take my game. I've always wanted to play at the highest level, and so to be able to go there and play, compete, perform was an incredible opportunity and experience. So it's something I'm extremely grateful for, and I enjoyed it a lot.
What do you think some similarities are with the Admirals and the Black Bears that you could see?
We got an incredible team, and so everyone on the team has the skills to go up and play at a higher level. The difference, it's really little things. Tape-to-tape passes, finishing, and it's something that we all do, and all the guys on the team here do. So, not a whole lot.
What was it like when you got the call from Brant? Obviously you joined the team mid-season, after training camp had passed, things like that. What was the conversation like for you to get involved with the Black Bears this year?
So we had a couple conversations actually over the summer.
Okay.
Trying to figure out, what's going on, what to do. And so it wasn't just kind of, it made it easy and seamless after the beginning of the season. Kind of contacted him back and had a couple conversations, and here we are now.
Where were you before you came to Binghamton? Like, were you back in Illinois?
Yeah, I was back in Chicago. I started out camp this year in Kalamazoo, and then didn't work out, and was trying to figure out the route, what to do, where to go, and I'm glad that it worked out, that I'm here.
Kalamazoo in Michigan, right?
Yep.
Western Michigan, home of the Broncos.
Yeah.
Shout out Brandon Bussey. Funny thing, you, by trade, and not to your own fault, oldest guy on the team. Does that add a certain level of responsibility for you trying to, lead by example, even though, the Black Bears necessarily already have their captains and their leaders like set in stone before you arrive?
No, I don't think it puts any more pressure at all, because we have so many guys that, have great voices, that have been here for a long time, that are veterans and been in this league and have experience. So, just try to, be myself and, give back what I can with the younger guys, being able to teach them if there's anything on the ice that, they need help with or anything. And then, I like to use my on-ice play to kind of speak for itself. And then in the locker room, there's like a time and place when to say things. And again, we have a ton of people that, step up and when we need to at the right time. And so, it hasn't been any pressure at all whatsoever with our group.
Do you think the younger guys have been receptive to you, like when you point things out, or when they ask you for your opinion on something? Do you think that they, take it to heart?
Everyone except for D-Raz.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, you know what? It's okay, because, he was on his phone. He wasn't paying attention, so that was a good time to catch him.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow.
No, everyone, especially D-Raz, everyone's been great.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't think I've ever heard the restaurant gasp like that in 4 years of doing this show. So that was great. Way to set the tone. Get the crowd going a little bit. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Go back. You finish your point. You were talking about D-Raz?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying with all the younger guys, everyone's awesome, very receptive, want to learn, want to work hard. And so, can't ask for much more than that.
Well, that's awesome. One thing that we've started doing with guys who played with Brant, and then since you played against them as well, we always ask them to try to share a Coach Sherwood playing day story. So at this time, we're going to open up the floor to you. If you have a funny Sherwood, maybe a little bit embarrassing story from his playing days that you could share with us, we would love to hear it.
Anything fun? I'm not so sure. We only played together actually for a short period of time. I think when I went to Roanoke, it was just the last month of the season, so not a whole lot. But as far as a player, his coaching resembles his playing. Like he's wears his heart on his sleeve. Just wants to compete, wants to win. But for a story, I think we were playing Peoria in the finals, and he was all worked up, and I think there was a call that he missed or that the refs missed, and he kind of lost it, took a penalty, and he was like beating himself up pretty bad, about it. But we kind of talked him off the ledge, like it's all right, you're good, and but yeah, that's really it.
He didn't Bo Jackson like his stick over his knee or anything like that.
I don't even remember, but he kind of lost it a little bit. He was upset, and it was during the finals, so respectfully so.
Yeah, emotions running
happens,
high.
Yep.
Things like that. Okay, so that's good. I can appreciate a story like that. The favorite one he's told me is when he was working the drive-thru at a local restaurant when he was doing promotion for the Rail Yard Dogs, and he showed me a picture of him with a little headset on. So just imagine maybe one day you could hear Brant Sherwood, "Can I take your order?" That would, and I'm really hoping that we can work it out again so we can recreate that moment sometime soon. That's really awesome. So far, here in Binghamton, you've been playing with Zach Sirota and Mac Jansen a ton. What about those two guys' game works so well with your game?
They're incredible players. Their compete level is unbelievable. And they both have, different intangibles that they bring. Mac's got an incredible shot, very strong, great skater. And, same with Sirota. Sirota's very simple, A, B type guy. And, and then every once in a while when you need, he can pull, some tricks out of his sleeve and, make plays happen. And, he's been really good lately finishing. And so, I don't know, for some reason, like it doesn't always happen, but the chemistry between us has just been, pretty easy and seamlessly to, get on the ice and be able to play, perform, and, create things.
Do you have a favorite moment from this season so far that really sticks out with you?
Oh, you're putting me at, you need to give me a little prep before these tough questions. Favorite on the ice, you're saying?
Could be off the ice. Just in your time since you come here with the Black Bears.
Favorite moment? I don't know. Not so much moment as of right now. More feeling and stuff coming in here has been incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got a good group, an awesome group of guys. And so I think feeling-wise, like that's been, a breath of fresh air to, come into a team and everyone welcome you and just being, great people. I think has been great.
Well, you mentioned off the ice, so let me ask you this. What are some things that Garrett Saris likes to do away from hockey, when you're not at the rink?
I would say, either if cooking. If I'm not cooking, I've tried a couple different places that I've gone to for breakfast or lunch. And then as far as being active, it's tough being so cold, but I played Cheech yesterday. We did like a little marathon for games. Played pool, played ping pong, and then foosball.
Okay. All right. Hit them all. That's pretty cool. Which one did you say you're best at? All three?
I'm okay at, I'm okay at, at all of them.
All right.
I beat him in ping pong and pool, which he's really good at pool. And then he beat me in foosball, which he cheated.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. Anything, we've been asking a lot of the guys what they like to watch on TV or streaming right now. Are you a big TV movie guy?
Yeah, movies. I like
Okay.
movies, or if there's a NHL game going on, hockey game, I'll put that on, watch that.
Okay. Favorite thing to watch right now?
Right now, I really haven't been watching a whole lot of like TV minus like games or whatever, but
Okay.
every once in a while to like relax at night, pop in or not pop in, but watch a movie.
A pop in.
Yeah.
Might be showing your age
Yeah,
there a little
right,
bit.
There you go.
Oh, God, DVD. What's that?
Yeah.
Or a VHS. I still remember those. That's really that is really cool. You talked about how nice it's been, like being welcomed in by a group. Especially, I can imagine that's like a tough thing to do when you're not there at the start. When the culture's already been established, and some, I would say, cliques have started to form just a little bit, as well. But got a couple of fan questions for you that we had already gotten from social media today. So I'm gonna get those pulled up here real quick. Live journalism, everybody. Our friend Derek wants to know, what does your workout regimen look like? Because he said that dude is jacked, and that's a quote from Derek. So what's a regular Garrett Saris workout look like?
Well, it depends if it's the summer or in season. They're two completely different. During the year, there's times where the schedule gets pretty busy. Let's say you're working out upper body, and you play games throughout the weekend, and you kind of can feel it in your legs. Then you need to work on legs, or vice versa. So just kind of switching it up to how your body is taking the weekends and throughout the week. So no set regimen.
Okay, just kind of going with the flow. Picking things up, setting them back down, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah, I can feel you on that one. Anthony wants to know, and it was great that you mentioned cooking. He wanted to know what your favorite kind of food is, but now I'm going to spin zone it a little bit. What's your favorite thing to make, since you like to cook?
I'm pretty simple. I don't get too creative. Any kind of protein, steak, fish, chicken, sweet potato, rice, things like that, or pasta. Like last week, made a nice like pasta dish, and pretty simple.
Okay. When you make a steak, do you like to grill it, pan fry it, or put it like on like a flat top?
Usually just on the stove.
Okay.
It's too cold. No grill.
No grill?
Grill for us. So.
Okay. Understand. Yeah, I got a like $12 like little mini charcoal grill during the summer for like 4th of July. And it is snowed now so much that the snow has layered on top of the charcoal, on top of the grill, in the backyard. And now I'm afraid to go out there and move it, because if I touch it, I think it might just all snap. So I can definitely understand that. But Garrett, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it, and appreciate you sharing some laugh with us at D-Raz's expense. And I think you entertained the crowd here, and we hope to have you on again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brooks. Appreciate it.
All right, that is the voice of Black Bears forward, Garrett Saris. We're going to take a quick timeout, wrap up the show. We'll be back with you right after this.
Join us this Friday and Saturday night as the Black Bears host the PD Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. Binghamton will be wearing specialty jerseys on Friday night, and then on Saturday it's a post-game skate with the players. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. The Black Bears are headed back to Tully's on Tuesday, February 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, along with head coach Brant Sherwood and some of the Black Bears players as we break down the latest homestand for Binghamton. Come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time with us. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Join us this Friday and Saturday.
Big thanks to head coach Brant Sherwood and forward Garrett Saris for joining me here on the show. Wanted to make the announcement that next time we are scheduled to come here at Tully's is February 3rd at 6 p.m. So we're here, Tully's Vestal Parkway. First time this year, we're going to have the air hockey tournament. So February 3rd, air hockey tournament with the coaches show here at Tully's. That's the next time we're going to be here on the show. In case you missed it and you can't tell from behind me, Black Bears will be wearing specialty jerseys this Friday night. It's Inverse Night presented by our friends at Gallagher Baker. So they will be auctioned off live after the game. Puck drop is scheduled for 7 p.m. against the PD Ice Cats for the first time in franchise history. EJ Worth, excellent job designing the jerseys once again. And my favorite thing about the jerseys, if you look really closely at the numbers on the jersey, they might represent a certain NHL's team of a certain broadcasters. So that's my little homage in the jersey, and it's why it's my favorite. Saturday night, Mascot Mania. So we're going to have your favorite mascots out and around the concourse. They might even be playing a little bit of broom ball on the ice. And everybody knows how fun it is when the mascots get on the ice. So fun for the entire family. They'll be taking pregame pictures with all the kids who want to come to the game as well. And then post-game skate with the players, especially Austin DeRazio will be there Saturday, 7 p.m. also against the PD Ice Cats. In all seriousness, we want to thank D-Raz for being the butt of the joke a little bit tonight, being a good sport about it as well. Let's give some snaps for our good friend Austin DeRazio. Everybody did a great job tonight. Big thanks to head coach Brant Sherwood. Also, player guest Garrett Saris, EJ Worth on the ones and twos, and Cole Parenti helping us out with production as well. We will see you back here at Tully's on February 3rd for the first air hockey tournament of the season, and we will see you at the arena on Friday night at 7 p.m. Black Bears and the Ice Cats doing battle for the first time in franchise history. Have a good night, everybody, and we hope to see you soon.